Hey everyone, LSG Moo here with a video on Black Desert Online. This is our first video on this channel about this game specifically. If you've got any feedback, let me know. But today we're going to talk about Kunoichi, specifically why Kunoichi and Ninja aren't as hard as everyone makes it out to be. We're going to cover some basic fundamentals and stuff to get you started on the class. If you've been playing Kunoichi or Ninja for a while, this probably isn't going to teach you anything. If you've been intimidated by the class, even though you want to pick it up and haven't done so, hopefully this will convince you to give it a try. Today we are on my alt. It's a level 61 Kunoichi. It doesn't have very many skill points, 783. I'm not going to go over every single skill or what it does. Instead, I'm just going to hit the important bits, let you know what I think is the most important part about playing this class. So the first thing we're going to cover is this little skill right here, Shadow Stomp. So Shadow Stomp looks like this normally. It's that huge startup time, and then it dashes through, does a ton of damage. Your first impression might be, wow, that startup time kind of sucks, and you're right, it does. It's pretty garbage. But there's a couple things we can do to get rid of that. So the keybind for that is back and E. So you press back and E, character starts the animation, goes through it. Well, there's a couple ways you can get rid of that startup. So let's go back to our skills. And the first one we're going to look at is Floor Sweep. Floor Sweep is the down and F, and it looks like this. So if you do Floor Sweep, and then you press down and E, startup animation's gone. 3 more seconds will show you again. Floor Sweep, Shadow Stomp. Easy. Next one is your right click. If you have a kunai or a shuriken, it throws it. So if you throw it, and then screw up like that, it has the animation, right? If you get the timing right, it doesn't. So just right click, back and E. Right click, back and E. It dashes forward. That ability will do a ton of AoE damage. And then the next important ability is the follow-up skill, Shadow Clone. Shadow Clone, it default keybinds the space after Shadow Stomp. Definitely recommend putting that one on your hotbar. I have mine set to 4. And the reason I suggest doing that is normally if you do space, you can only do it right afterwards. And that's good. That's fine. It does a lot of damage. But if you're shadow stomping through a group of enemies and you're going behind them, you might want to Fox Claw or do that, or just auto attack, or maybe reposition yourself elsewhere, and then you lose the ability to press space. Then you're just going to jump like an idiot. But if you don't press it immediately, left's not showing up, but you can do other abilities, and then you can press it. So I did like 3 other abilities before I did the Shadow Clone. So it just comes in handy to be able to reposition during the fight or group up the group of mobs before you use Shadow Clone. Put some delay between your Shadow Stomp and your Shadow Clone. The other ability, and you notice I'm probably been spammed a lot, is where is it? Ghost Step. So Ghost Step is your bread and butter movement ability. Pretty much every class in the game has something like this. The important thing you want to notice on it is it has a collision check on forward chase. So forward is forward and F, and it has collision, but there's no collision when moving backwards or laterally, and moves pretty far. So if you press forward and up F, it does that, and it has collision, so it stops. But sideways, it doesn't. So you might ask why that's important. If you've been grinding in high-end spots, you almost never want to do it forward. You almost never want to just go into the mobs. Instead, you want to reposition yourself, take advantage of the iframes and the super armor to get out of dodge and reposition yourself. So if you go in, use it sideways to reposition yourself, Fox Claw, or Tendon Cut, Ankle Cut, Ankle Cutter. It just comes in a lot of handy and allows you to be more mobile and just feels a lot more fluid overall. If you're constantly going forward and you're hitting things, you're gonna die. So definitely recommend not doing that. Like I said, there's a lot of more in-depth stuff to the class that I'm not going to cover today, but those two things will get you a very far way. So again, you want to animation cancel your Shadow Stomp, because that's garbage. And you can do that with Force Sweep and with Shuriken or Kunai Toss, which will show you again in here in 2 seconds as soon as it's off cooldown. So animation cancel, use your Shadow Clone on the keybind so you can cast it after casting other things. And then your other bread and butter abilities are going to be Ankle Cutter, which is your shift left mouse button. Fatal Blow, which is that guy, which is left mouse button, right mouse button, and Fox Claw. So Fox Claw is this guy. Fox Claw and Ankle Cutter are the two I find myself using the most. It just comes in handy. Good for clearing up groups of mobs. Like I said, this is an alt, so it doesn't have a lot of skill points. Passive, super important. There's a bunch of other stuff in the kit that you'll want to get comfortable with and learn about later. Ghost Greeting is a pretty good tool. But Ankle Cutter, Fatal Blow, Fox Claw, Shadow Stomp, and Shadow Clone will get you a very, very long way. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take you to Polly's, which is a little low for our AP. I think this character is at 231 AP. Definitely a little low. But we're going to go there and just show you how this feels.
2,000 years later.
Alright, so welcome back. I decided it was a little disingenuous to go to Polly's because of my AP, so instead I went to Manchwam Forest, which as you can see recommended AP 240. Our current AP is 231. So we're a little low. We do have Katum, so get the bonus AP there, more than make up for it. I'm just going to show you how to use those things I talked about to grind effectively. Just have a good time, make it feel fluid instead of being super intimidating. So we're going to use our kunai to group up some mobs. Get all these guys ready. Alright. Force Sweeper. Shadow Stomp. Fox Claw. Shadow Clone. So we're making pretty quick work of these guys. Going around a lot. Again, our AP is a little over this, but we're not really getting hit. And that's the important part. Just keep positioning behind. Fox Claw, Ankle Cutter, Shadow Stomp. And see, our Shadow Clone was on cooldown when we Shadow Stomp, but because we had it on keybind, we were able to use it afterwards. Did mess up animation cancel there. Just keep moving sideways. Avoid everything. And it's nice and easy. Again, not gonna be the fastest. Not perfect, not ideal, but it's effective even when you mess up, which you will, clearly. Clear this last shaman and we'll be done here and we'll go over everything again. So we were able to get a Fox Claw in between our Shadow Stomp and our Shadow Clone. There we go. So again, this is supposed to be just a basic tutorial, basic introduction to the class, kind of dispel some of the stigma around it. It's not that intimidating. It can be when you first get into it. There's a lot of information out there and most of it just assumes you know everything already. But I wanted to show you guys a basic rotation that's effective. It works. Is it the most ideal thing you're going to do? No. Is it the perfect thing you're going to do? No. Is it going to farm the fastest? No. But what it will do is it'll get you started on the class, get you comfortable with a very core mechanic, a very core animation cancel, kind of get you in the groove, feeling the timings for those, and hopefully, most importantly, cause y'all to have some fun and enjoy the class. If you have any other questions or any other content you'd like to see, don't hesitate to reach out in the comment section or reach out to me on Twitter at moo_SSB. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.